Hill, and I'm the welding instructor at Lee County ATC. This is my 6th year, and our project is going to be to introduce students, expose them to some pipe welding, which that's more advanced welding. And we haven't done that in the past, but we've had a few students that's went on and furthered their education and got into pipe welding. It's a much higher earning ability than just regular welding, structural welding, or welding in a factory or somewhere. And so the grant is going to allow us to buy the equipment and materials to do that. We're going to get a end mill pipe beveler, which this is a low end, and that's about $1,300. Where if if we had the money, a good one's $10,000. The material, you buy a 6-inch piece of Schedule 80 pipe, 20 foot long. That's $800 a section. So it's just really been out of our reach until this point in time, to where maybe we can obtain a grant and buy some equipment to do it with. And so today I have with me, I've got some students that's in the welding class. I've got Ms. Ammerman, which is our student resource special education teacher. She and I collaborate a lot, we share a lot of students, and so this will help our kids that have the ability. Of course, all kids don't have the ability to be a pipe welder. Only a few do, but for those few, we want to be able to expose them to it. When I came over to Lee County and started teaching 6 years ago, my son is a pipe welder. He stayed out in Texas and Oklahoma for 5 or 6 years, and I got telling those kids about what his earning potentials was. $200,000 a year. And so some of them got interested, and I've actually already had 3 students that's went out and is welding pipe. But the trouble with that is they didn't have any exposure to it, so they had to pay, welding something that if you go and you try to further your education, you go to another welding school, if you can test out of something, they'll let you advance. So the cost effect, you're paying less money to get to schooling. And so that's the reason we want to try to expose some of our better students that have the ability to it before they go and have to pay $14,000 or $15,000 to go somewhere else. And like I said, we're gonna expose them to it. We're gonna teach them how to bevel the pipe, how you set the pipe up, how you weld the pipe with one process. You can weld pipe with all processes. I mean, you can stick weld pipe, you can MIG weld pipe, you can TIG weld pipe, but we're only going to expose them to the stick welding of pipe and how to prep the pipe to be welded. That way they'll have a little leg up when they go to further their education, if that's what they want to do. And I'll introduce some of the students. This is Lester Smith, Stephen Reese, and Craig Ward, and Adam. And some of them have gotten to a point. Craig and Stephen Reese here, they're to a point now, and we've got 3 more semesters of school left. They've advanced enough to where they can start to explore welding pipe. And so we needed to add something to the kids that were getting finished up a little early. There's always things we could have done, and we could have done projects and whatever, but if they're going to go on to school and pursue a pipe welding career, I'd rather them spend their time being exposed to this.
You want me to just tell a little bit about it now? Okay. Like I was saying with Mr. Judd earlier this morning, a lot of my students, ACT is a very important program for them. And with Mr. Judd Mr. Hill, with Miss Mullins, they are so incorporated with my special ed students that it excites me when they come back to my room and tell me what they've done over there. And some of the stuff that Mr. Hill's teaching them about the different wells, I'm sitting there going, okay, I got to look this up, or I got to talk to Mr. Hill about what type of well this is. And through this program, I've actually had a few of my students get dual credit and be able to go on and get that head start. So to me, this is a lifesaver. And with most of my students, some of my students do go on to college, but most of mine go on to Somerset Community College. And this gives them a head start. And we want to thank KVEC for giving us the money to help our students. And I'm going to turn it back to you.
And like I said, you know, some of them want to go, they've got a welding school in the state of Kentucky that's as good as any out west. My son went to Tulsa Welding School in Oklahoma, but they've got this Kentucky Welding Institute, which is really good school, but it's $14,000 to $15,000, and it's a 9-month school. And the thing is they don't take FAFSA and stuff, so they've got to come up with the money. And I've had the one student that I had that left and done that. He went on, and now he's working through the 798 Pipeliners union out in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and he made over $100,000 his first year out of high school. So for these guys that push themselves, the potential's there. And we work with a community college and I don't want to say which one it is because I don't know that sometimes the playing field isn't level there, but any student I send them hadn't paid a dime to go to school there. And, you know, that's absolutely great. I think they can do it for all students, but I know that if a welding student goes, they see how much he gets with his grant, and they match the rest of it. So it's been good. And I'll let some of these students speak if they'd like.
Like he was saying, I've been wanting to go into pipelining. KWI is a good school. It's 15,000. I've got to do stick, 6010, 7018, MIG, spray transfer, short circuit. I'm in TIG. I've done carbon, aluminum. I'm working on stainless. I'm on vertical. Done the oppositions and stick, MIG, and then flat and horizontal in spray transfer. Done oppositions in the TIG, mild steel, aluminum, carbon, or stainless. I'm on vertical right now. I'm almost advanced to where I ain't got nothing to do. I've still got to do push pull. So if we could get the grant, get everything going, I could get into pipeline, get a head start on that, and that's what I want to do for my career.
I've done 6010 and 7018 carbon all positions, MIG all positions, TIG, aluminum, mild, and stainless all positions. And I think I'm going to go into KWI pipelining after high school.
I've done stick, 7018, 6010, MIG, short circuit, spray. I'm on mild steel right now on TIG. I plan on hopefully being on pipe after Christmas. Get a good try at that, see how good I do.
Well, up until now, when we didn't have a project, see, I need to add this because they're tired of helping me with the other students.